Hey guys, welcome to Let's Up Pro Teachers Hoop. Today with me, Ian.
Hello.
And we're wrapping up our What If coverage with What If 200, which dealt with What If Siege and has a bonus story of What If, and that was the only What If story that Stan Lee ever wrote. So let's just dive in, shall we? We basically, to summarize, I'll just give a summary of this one. We see Norman Osborn talking with Ares. Now, Ares is already showing that he's starting to question things, which is similar to what happened before. Because basically, they're going to go to Asgard. He's convinced him that what happened was Volstagg leading up to the event happened, and this is their excuse to go deal with it. To which he tells him, if you're lying, I'll cut off your head off, armor and all. To which, but instead, in this Alto one, he then asks, who? From whom did you gain this intel? That information is classified. To which Ares attacks him beforehand, which leads to Sentry killing him, which basically just says the reason why the Sentry was defeated in the original siege was because he had killed Ares during the fight, which left him weakened and killable. But here, instead, he killed him before the attack of siege, and thus he would be much more rejuvenated by the event. And in your reality, Ares' death at Reynolds' hand came later on the field of battle. The exertion required to kill God under such circumstances left the Sentry weakened, vulnerable, and ultimately defeatable. Now, most of the artwork by Dave Wilkins, with this one artwork by Lucio Perillo, who did
Perillo.
Yeah, this is the guy who did the What If World War Hulk.
Well, he does a ton of covers for Dynamite.
Yeah.
And I think some for DC too.
Yeah, this is a good image, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we see the fight going on here as, well, Sentry is dominating the fight. Without Ares to weaken him, it's becoming a curb stomp. He even takes out Cap. With their spear so broken, it was just a matter of time. Venom is going after Spidey, but then I want to indulge a long-held fantasy. If I didn't care about sheep so much, I'd say go ahead. I'm glad it basically sees as Peter. He's like, interesting. Take your time with it. Remember, by this point, he had forgotten. This leads in Tony and Norman fighting, but he takes them out, saying so weapon given to Hawkeye. Basically, they're just winning. They're plowing through so many of them. But we also see Doom, and Dr. Doom is working with them because he was trying to undermine them. And thus they realize, they take Emma, realizing this is the Dark Cabal, realize they need to stop Norman. The only thing to do was to reveal to him that to Sentry what Norman had done to his wife. I mean, makes sense, right?
Yep.
So Emma goes there, leads to a bit of a the Cabal takes him out. They go to Sentry, and even says like, "Why do you do anything, Mr. Reynolds?" Because Norman Osborn ordered him to. Because they tell him he killed him. Bullseye killed his wife.
I remember this.
And then
I was not happy.
I can show you. And whoosh, basically, by revealing it all, Roberts, the actual Sentry gives up and lets the Void take over. And then it repeats the Electro pose. And basically, now the Void completely takes over. They completely miscalculated that. They thought that Reynolds would be in control, but he's not. So thus, they're all wiped out. Even the Hood and Taskmaster, and even he taunts them, and he tries to. It's like, I did, because the Void told him to kill off the wife. He's like, I know, and I thank you. Then why? It's not obvious. I don't need you anymore, Norman. To be honest, not that I expect you to understand the concept, but to be honest, with far more than you ever were with me, I never really did need you. So basically, the Void completely takes over the world. And that's the end.
Failure.
Right? You want to see the one I really like?
Yep.
Basically, we find out this is actually in the aftermath. Basically, Uatu's already killed the Watcher with his own powers, and unfortunately, because of that, now the Watchers, the species of the Watchers, bring him forth to have him stand trial. To which Reed tries to tell, like, before you talk of punishment, you must hear Uatu's defense. If I may speak, you may not, Reed Richards of Earth. For his crime, there can be no defense. They're trying to railroad him. It seems so, Reed. He has slain Galactus by the power cosmic. Uatu must pay for so heinous of a deed. His punishment shall come from us, not you. Here in our nirvana, your power cosmic is but a trifling distraction. Now we shall go to the place of judgment.
Judgment.
So yeah, they go there. We find out that Uatu knocked down the Silver Surfer and killed Galactus. Of course, Reed tries to make a case saying that he helped us. He tried to save us, but of course, he still interfered. Now, originally said, you die tomorrow, which eventually leads to Surfer and the Four fighting because the Surfer wants to kill Uatu. Now, they're watching everything. Now, Uatu seeks no freedom. He must abide by Watcher law. But because of that, because how he was willing to stick to it, and he says, I've committed the Watcher's ultimate crime. And because of an unforgettable adage I learned from humans, all that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing. He awaits his sentence, and what does he do? He's made the new Galactus. And that's it.
I think that's clever.
Feels like a Stan Lee idea.
Yeah, but I don't see how that's justice.
Someone needs to take Galactus's place.
Why?
Because someone needs to still remember he filled a cosmic void.
A cosmic void of genocide?
It's balance. It's balance.
Balance is not justice.
No, it's not. But he needs to fill that because he broke the Watcher's oath of interference. It makes some sense if you pay attention to a lot of it. But what did you think about this for Stan Lee's only what if?
I think it's reasonably clever.
For a short story.
Yeah.
And for the fact that, I like the fact that it actually takes place after it.
Right. Well, that's the thing is I like when they do more about consequences rather than, basically retelling the story with one difference and then it's like, but that was bad.
So this was a clever one, though, I will say. And the fact that the four are there, but it's about Uatu.
Right.
And the artwork, Dale Eaglesman really gives a good Kirby vibe to it, doesn't he? Doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, yeah, well, what'd you think about the Siege story? Great artwork.
Yeah, very good artwork. It was...
I think it was probably, I would say, of the ones we've gone over, that was my favorite one.
My problem with that is I got so frustrated with Norman during Dark Reign that I feel like I want him to see his... And part of my problem with Siege is that his defeat wasn't satisfying because he'd spent an entire year being horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would rather have seen him have an entire year where everything he did failed. I don't just want him to be defeated. I want him to spend time watching everything he did fail.
True, but with this one here, he got after the victory, but it bit him in the butt still.
Right, but it's too quick.
Well, you only have one issue.
Yeah, but you could have taken the whole issue to have him have everything fail.
Well, I'll say this: next time you and I should go over AVX What If, because that's probably one of the that was the first time doing a mini series of it.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, overall, so what did you think about this 200th issue in general? What did you think? I think this was a good 200th. Great artwork and great two stories.
It's fine. I would say it's a 6.5-ish.
Oh, by the way, they actually asked some people about their favorite what if stories.
Ah.
Jeff Loeb was the very first issue. Dan Slott was what if 19? What if Spider-Man stopped the burglar? Right, Diodoto? What if Conan and walked the earth today? Tom DeFalco, the humor issue. Lionel Francis Yu, the what if Wolverine became a vampire? John Romita Jr., what if the Hulk was actually no, it says here, what if for the backup, what if Aunt May instead of her nephew was bitten? Brevoort Land and Mark Waid would say, what if the Avengers never formed? Craig Kyle, what if the Phoenix had not died? Greg Pak, what if Thor and Conan and Battle Conan? Peter David was, what if Gwen had survived? And Brian Michael Bendis, what if Elektra had lived? Not bad choices, if you ask me.
They're okay.
So yeah, overall, though, yeah, that's all we've got on this one, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ian, for joining me on all these what ifs. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.